Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about finding peace and joy in our everyday tasks. Now it's officially springtime here in northern Michigan and we've got some big projects lined up for this week. So I'm going to take you along as we work on those, and later on I'm going to show you what's for dinner. Now it is April here, and for us that means it's time for spring chicks. So this morning I went down to the post office and I picked up our order of chicks. And now for my morning routine. I learned a long time ago that if I want to feel like I've had a productive day and feel good about everything that I've accomplished, then I need to start my day off right. And so the very first thing that I do is I make our bed, because having a straightened bed just sets the tone for the rest of the day. So a lot of you know that we are a homeschool family. We have 5 kids, and in order to keep the house flowing naturally and makes it so I don't lose my sanity every day, I created a chore chart system, and I wanted to show that to you guys real quick. So what that is I got this chore chart on Amazon, and basically I can choose my own chores. Each kid has different colors, and there's different tasks, like I put in make bed and brush teeth, finish schoolwork, practice their instruments for 10 minutes, the chore basket, which are these little cards that I had created. And then they are responsible now for doing their own laundry, to make sure that they put their own laundry in their own drawers. And they have to tidy their bedroom every day. They have to read a book, which it doesn't have to be a big, thick book, just something. I want them to read something every day. And then I have an Ask Mom tab. So if they are done with all of their things, then they can say, hey mom, is there anything else that you need me to do today? And then I will say yes or no. And then the last one is to go outside, because I do require my kids to spend a little bit of time outside every day, unless it's raining or blizzarding or something. So I'll show you what my chore cards are. So the task cards for our chore basket, my original plan with this was to actually put these in a basket and then shuffle them around, and then the kids draw one, but I just pass them out. I just spread them out like a deck of cards. And then I have 3 younger kids, and these are all kid-friendly tasks that they can do to help me out. Teaches them a little bit of responsibility, and it makes it so our house we can stay on top of things, so it never really gets out of too much control. First, I will show you how I did it. So I just drew little pictures and then vacuum or sweep the floors. So the only thing that we have to vacuum for carpeting is just my rug. Don't judge me too much. We just went through a massive remodel and I don't really have furniture yet. But so the rug is the only carpeting that I have in the house. So they can sweep or vacuum, whatever. So what I did with these cards is I just drew the picture, wrote the task on it, and then I had construction paper, and I have a laminating machine. So I have laminated all of these to keep them, so it makes it a little bit firmer and they'll last longer. And if they were to get set on the counter, they wouldn't get damaged if somebody put a glass of water next to it or whatever. So anyway, so the tasks are, I showed you already the vacuum and sweeping. I have clearing and wiping the table. Sometimes we get craft projects out, or somebody leaves, their coloring book and crayons on the table or whatever. So it just needs to be cleaned up and wiped down so it's ready for the next meal. We have the collect and wash eggs, so chickens. So somebody gets to go out and do chickens for the day. I have 2 of the dishes cards, because I do breakfast and lunch, and I found that if I have more than one child, so hopefully the same child doesn't draw both cards, but if 2 of them work together, it gets done super fast. And then a lot of times they'll do, one for breakfast dishes, one for lunch dishes. So then I have a tidy bathroom, so that's just making sure that at any given time the bathroom is ready. If somebody were to stop by and say, hey, can I use your bathroom? I would be super embarrassed. So this is, just make sure that there's a clean hand towel for the day. The toothpaste is put away, the counter's wiped off, the toilet looks okay, that kind of stuff. Nothing deep, just to keep it tidy. And then I have a tidy the living room, which make sure there's nothing on the couch, make sure there's nothing on the floor strewed around. Sometimes we get puzzles out and there's puzzle pieces that get dropped or whatever. All those things can be put away. So just a basic tidy the living room. So I have wiping the windows and checking the glass. So this card is pretty simple. There's not really that much to do. It's just our windows and glass doors that we have. And this is just to make sure that we don't have little kid fingerprints all over the place, and it just keeps the glass looking decent. And for that, I don't use chemicals at all. So what I do is I have these claws. They're called e-claws, and I just bought them on Amazon. I'll link that in the description if you guys want to check them out. But all you do is this like waffle knit one, you just get it all wet and you just wipe the mirrors and glass with this one. And then there's another one that's like a shiny material, and then you go back and you dry and polish with that one. So you really just clean with water and it looks amazing. You don't need anything else. So then the last one I have is we are a family of 7. And even though my oldest now has moved out, we still have 6 of us left. And so that means 6 pairs of play shoes, 6 pairs of work boots. In the wintertime, we have 6 pairs of winter boots on top of that. We have 6 pairs of dress shoes. That is a lot of shoes in our one small little area. So we have created a bin in our basement that's like storage, extra hanging coats. It's like a closet basically for all of our coats and boots. So that task is just to make sure that shoes get moved there except for the ones that are currently in use. So that way nobody's tripping over shoes at our door. So that is what we do for this. And this little system here, I use a chore chart or the chore star chart on the fridge that I showed you. And this helps my day go so much smoother, and it gives everybody a little bit of a sense of purpose. It gives everybody a task at hand, and it helps the house stay tidy, and it's not that much. A lot of hands make light work. Once I get everybody situated for the morning and tasks assigned, then comes the part of the day that really gets me excited, because getting outside is really doing what I love to do. That is where I find the most peace and joy in my day. And finding peace in your day, it can help lower stress hormones, support your immune system, balance your mood, and improve your digestion. So it's not just an emotional thing, but it's a physical thing too. And there's just something about being in nature and moving my body and building something that nourishes my family. It's really kind of a therapy that no screen can replace. So I just finished moving the dirt around to flatten the area because I've decided to install raised beds. It was a lot of hard work, but this kind of work makes you stronger, so no need to go to the gym. But it's enjoyable, I like it a lot, and now flattening this ground, it will help us expand our garden space, so more room to grow food for our family. Now next, I am going to steal some dirt from our main garden. This garden is about 100 by 100 feet. This is where we plant all of our tomatoes and root vegetables and pretty much everything up until now. But I'm going to use some of this dirt to fill some of the smaller raised beds because I had to transplant the blueberries and a couple other things, my rhubarb and things. So I'm going to fill up these little boxes and move those in temporarily until I can find a new home for them.
stuff that we've collected, and we're gonna put them in the bottom of our barrels.
I decided to use cattle panel for a trellis between the raised beds because I plan on doing multiple more raised beds, but with the cattle panel I wanted to be able to do these trellises for some vining squashes that I am planting and some watermelon. So hopefully we can make best use of the space that we have. And the extra perk is that I'm hoping to add some lights and make it really pretty, so it's a place that we want to come spend time in. These galvanized raised beds are from Plant and Plot, and I got them on Amazon, and they're a galvanized steel, they're non-toxic, so hopefully they will last a little while. Like I said in my intro, that this is the season for chicks and babies on our little mini homestead, and we have decided to try and incubate some of our goose eggs. I have my geese, Henry and Lucy. Henry is a Toulouse and Sebastopol mix, and Lucy is a Pilgrim. And so I have some fertile eggs we're going to try and incubate. And I am just taking out all of the turning devices because they are ready to go on lockdown. So hopefully, if all goes well, in a few days we will have some goslings that will hatch. Now, right up there with being outside, I love cooking. I love cooking healthy food. As you know from previous videos, I did do a certification course in holistic nutrition, and so I do believe that having nutritious food can heal the body and promote overall wellness. So tonight's dinner is Indian butter chicken, and this is a gluten-free, dairy-free version that I cook for my family quite often, and it has actually become a favorite. If you would like to find the recipe for this, you can visit my website at sarahputsimply.com, and the recipe will be listed there under dinners. This recipe is full of curry spices, and it has a nice creamy texture because I use cashew cream. So it's really easy to make the cashew cream, just as long as you have either a Ninja bullet or blender of some sort. And with coconut milk, it just tops it. So I really suggest trying it if you are into Indian food or curry dishes. Thank you guys so much for spending part of your day with me. I hope that this inspired you to find joy in the little things and peace in your daily routines. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend, and I will see you next time.